This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks moving up. Don't forget in cryptos we have BAKKT today. And then tomorrow we have CME futures. Now, guys, we know they moved back to the end of the month, and we know it helped out with these CME futures contracts ending. But because yield rates and the dollar moving up, we know this is not going to last. But guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates which are still rising. We have the dollar pulling back slightly but still strong. And we see the stock market making lower lows. And crypto, the volume is slightly up. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo at $1.4 trillion. Make sure you're pulling that daily because we know Janet Yellen is tapping the repo to put those federal retirement funds back. Remember, we heard that from Jerome Powell. Now we have the BIS conclude CBDC pilot Mariana. And they tested cross-border payments and settlements of CBDCs and states that DeFi could form a new generation of financial market infrastructures. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And then also the BIS also said CBDC framework must guard user privacy and monetary freedom. And guys, we know that's the opposite of what CBDCs are going to produce. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sending about $21.4 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Bermuda has given Coinbase regulatory approval to allow non-U.S. retail customers to trade perpetual futures. And guys, don't forget that Coinbase is a publicly traded company inside the United States. None of this makes any sense unless you understand this digital transformation, the 4th industrial revolution. And as we listened to Gary Gensler yesterday, crypto is still the boogeyman. And we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic, but that's the only way they can move this economy to the 4th industrial revolution. Now we have Crypto.com to become preferred exchange for PayPal's USD. And then also we have Binance halts Euro trading for PaySafe users as banking partner pulls services. And Binance informs them they have until October 31st in order to transfer Euro to USDT. Now we have Tottenham Hotspur taps Chile's blockchain for Web3 fan tokens. And we see the fan tokens are making their way back, and we know this is definitely the future. And then lastly, guys, we have Bloomberg says Ethereum futures ETFs could start trading next week. And why is this important? If this is true, we know this is going to bring liquidity back into the market, even just for a short period. We know in futures they cash out, but it's going to bring back that volatility that will push up trading volume. So just like I stated, in the 4th quarter, we definitely need some news in order to give us that boost, because we see liquidity is definitely shrinking from the market. We know what the Fed has to do. And then also, guys, we know in the 4th quarter, the main event is about to happen. We know the NWO are the master magicians. We're just waiting on the trick. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.